Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Bogey Golf Podcast. Delighted to say that we are joined by our first Solheim Cup guest, actually, this is a big moment for us. It's been a big year for us. Caroline Hedwall. Caroline, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. It's good to be here.
Welcome to Dromoland. Welcome to Ireland. How's everything been for this season? Big season for you, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I had a really good finish to last year's season. I won in Spain, and I mean that's really when Solheim got on my mind, and it was a huge goal for the season. And now last week I got a call from the captain saying that I was in, and I was one of the picks. So I'm just really looking forward to it.
How early does the conversation come up? We spoke to Megan McLaren yesterday about when she, for 2019, she went through the fitting process for the different uniforms. How early in the season after your win do conversations start to happen about you potentially being in the squad?
Well, I mean, Suzanne reached out when I won in Spain.
Yeah.
And after that, I just know that I've been on the potential player list. So
on the watch list.
Yeah, on the watch list. So I've done all the clothing fitting during the season, and I did some photos in Scotland, but obviously I didn't know until this Sunday before they announced it. Yeah.
And so then when you're told, when Suzanne gets on to you, what's the first emotion? Obviously, it's not your first Solheim Cup, so maybe let's go back to your first time getting that call. What was that like?
That was super special because that was my rookie year on tour, and obviously I was behind on points, so I had no chance to play myself onto the team.
Sure.
But I did really well. I won 4 times on the LET that year, and Alice and Nicholas, she called me. I remember it so clearly. Like I was sitting in a lounge in Canada because I had just finished the event there, and the phone rang and picked it up, and she just told me that you're one of my picks, and it was so special. I mean, going back, like my first Solheim experience was at my home club, Barsebäck. Like I used to represent Barsebäck for 15 years.
Sure.
So I went there as a 14-year-old girl watching, Susanne and Annika and all of them play Solheim and won it there. And, I've always wanted to play Solheim after that. And it's just been so special to me. So it's just unbelievable that I'm actually playing my 5th Solheim now.
That's wild. 4 wins in your rookie year. That's insane. Like we were talking before on the podcast about Maya Stark and Lynn Grant when they burst onto the scene. They were having similar years. And what's going on in Sweden?
I don't know.
That's what I don't know.
Swedish golf, and we need to get some of that.
I mean, we're producing a lot of great golfers. Obviously, we've had so many role models. So it started with Liselotte Neumann, obviously Annika. I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I think it's a lot of Swedes playing golf. I mean, we're just over 10.
A lot of Swedes in that team.
Yeah, I mean, but we're just over 10 million people, and I think we have about 500,000 golfers. And we have like over 500 golf courses, so it's very accessible. Like it's not that expensive, so it's just open to a lot of people to be able to play.
So there's no barriers to it like in other countries.
Yeah, no. I mean, if you go in southern parts of Europe, it's going to be a sport for wealthy people. But in Sweden, it's not that expensive, so I think it's just accessible,
And so then, your first Solheim Cup experience, what's that like? People talk about the first tee and how big it is, and obviously the Solheim Cup as an event has gotten bigger as the years have gone by. How nervous a moment is that first tee shot for you?
It's super nervous. I mean, my first one was 2011 at Caroline Castle.
Yeah.
So I didn't play the foursomes then, so I got to rest in the morning, but I was still on the first tee. But just watching my team members hit that first tee shot, it's an unbelievable feeling, to be honest. You can't describe it, and if you haven't done it, like it's hard to know what it's like, because I've never had that much adrenaline pumping in my veins. Like it's unbelievable. I remember in Germany when I played the 4-ball in the afternoon. I hadn't played the foursome there either, but I mean, when I hit that tee shot, like my driver, the shaft just felt like it just bent. Like, it was unbelievable how much power I had in my body.
Yeah.
So you just have to be aware of that, like just trying to have a slower tempo and yeah.
Your yardages go all over the place.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. I mean, but and that's part of the experience too. I mean, you're never gonna get that sort of feeling, I think, other than at Solheim, because it's so special with all the people there, and yeah, it's really cool.
So when does your attention start to shift towards Solheim? Obviously, you've got a tournament this week. We'll talk about that and where you're focused on that. But when do you start to focus on Spain and beating the USA again?
I think in my mind I already did. Like, I'm trying to put some extra focus on my putting. I'm doing a lot of drills where I'm putting a lot of pressure on myself, because I know that's what it's going to be like. Obviously putting is very important, and then I feel pretty good about my game, so it's just trying to keep that good feeling and just try and take good golf shots. But in my mind I'm definitely already prepping for it. Yeah.
Very good. So we mentioned we are here at Dromoland Castle for the KPMG Women's Irish Open. When did you get on site? You played the event last year. Is it as remembers?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're here a month earlier this year, so I think it's not as cool as it was. I've heard you guys had a lot of rain, and the
Very
course,
wet July.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a record-setting July for the amount of rain.
Yeah,
so.
and I mean the course is playing a bit softer than last year, but I think it's a great golf course. It looks really pretty, and with the castle in the background on 18 and 7, it's just a really nice place to come to.
Yeah. So having obviously played the event last year, coming into this week, are there certain holes, or like how are you going to try and attack the course to get the best out of it?
Well, I mean, this year I feel a little bit more comfortable with my driver, so I'm gonna try to hit more drives this year.
Okay.
There are a couple of tough tee shots. I mean, 1 and 2, they're tough holes. Like, it's a tough start. So I'm hoping to just keep that confidence with my driver, so I can get a little bit further up, having shorter approaches. But in general, it's all about hitting fairways and greens. I think the rough is a bit thicker this year, so definitely hitting fairways is going to be key.
It's the premium on driving accuracy more than anything, I think.
Yes, I think, yeah.
So were you playing the pro-am this morning?
Yeah, I did play. Yeah, had a good time.
Front 9, back 9.
Front 9, yeah.
Very nice. How do you find the pro-am? Obviously, it's this format now is a pro for 9 holes for each group, and rather than an 18-hole pro-am.
I think the 9 and 9 format is great. I think it's a win-win for the amateurs and for the pros, because just playing 9 is really, I think it's better preparations, because then you actually have some time to practice a bit. I mean, usually when we play the 18-hole pro-ams, it's 5.5 hours the day before the tournament starts. So it's just a different mindset when you're playing 9 holes, and then you can go and practice and work a bit on your game and just rest a bit for the tournament,
Yeah. I guess, what time are you teeing off then tomorrow morning?
I'm teeing off in the afternoon.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah, so it's quite nice to get a sleep in, yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah, the weather's meant to suit you. It's meant to be a little wet in the morning, and then it's meant to be nice then for the rest of the day.
Yes, yeah, so hopefully... Yeah, I mean, it's never fun to play in the rain, so I don't mind that draw,
Classic Irish summer as well, plenty of rain. It's going to be dry though for the rest of the week after Thursday morning, so hopefully it'll dry up for you. Listen, we know that you're busy. We know you have a busy week. We'll let you be. Thank you very much for chatting to us. Good luck this weekend and again at the Solheim Cup.
Thank you very much.